Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Book Cafe. It's truly a pleasure to have you all here with us today for this special session as we are joined by this Japanese author, Ms Akane Hoshiba, who is currently visiting India and joining us online from Rishikesh. We are especially excited to hear her read from her book today, The Light Way, and to learn more about her journey as a writer and a storyteller. Introducing talking about the book, The Light Way. It was originally written in Japanese and then translated into English, um, which makes the book very unique. The book explores themes of
Hold on, that network is big. It's okay now.
Yeah, so the book explores themes of light, reflection, spirituality, and inner journeys. And we are honored to have the opportunity to discuss it directly with its creator itself.
Thank you.
Hello, Ms. Akane. So, welcome to the session.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah. So, talking about your books, starting with the light way. So, the
Okay.
title itself feels, very gentle and very introspective and symbolic. So, what does the light way mean to you personally, especially the light?
For me, light way is the soul path, people's soul path. Maybe the path is that person, only the person can work on. And then the light path is always that people can shine bright. Yeah, I think that's the soul path to work on.
Okay. And what inspired you to write the light way, a guide
Uh,
to walking path to the light? Yeah.
yeah, for me, words supported me through my difficult times. So I wanted to write words that could support someone else too. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So, do you believe that healing and literature are connected in like some way? Because talking about your book, it has this, guide to light, and it is told by the literature. So, do you think there's a connection between healing and literature?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I believe words that come from the heart is always leads to other person's heart. So it's a power. It has a power to heal, I think.
Okay. Um, we are truly honored to read your book today also. So we'll be reading in a while. If anyone has any questions, they can ask. Oh, I don't think so. So talking about what inspires you the most, like people, memories, nature, or like emotions. Do like
Uh,
literature, art, or music, or like books influence you writing?
the people who I always uh, I'm always inspired by people who try to express themselves, like true themselves, despite of like fairness. Like I mean, sometimes to show real self feels scary, but yeah, beyond that fear, um, people try to show themselves. I think it's beautiful. So every time I see that people that inspire me.
Okay, so people and talking about staying connected to people and giving them hope. So do you know how do you personally stay connected to hope in difficult times?
For me, always words. And then, yeah, uh, I have words from my dad. He has already passed away, and it's got long story, but uh, there's a word from my dad, and then I always comes back to that words, and that word itself is like being able to eat, being able to walk, being able to talk, being able to argue with my children. everything is just happiness. And he already passed away, but I love that words. And then every time I feel down, I feel lost, I come back to these words. And then from there, I can take a next step forward. I always do that.
Okay, yeah, interesting. So, do you have live readers from there?
Sorry?
Do you have live readers from there, from
Like,
Rishikesh? Live
like,
readers.
like readers?
Readers, yeah.
Readers
Yeah. From there, in Rishikesh.
in the venue now?
Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. So, do you want to read a little?
Oh, hold on. I just start with this one?
Yeah, that's what she's.
Okay. But before that, I want to introduce myself. I was thinking
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So from now, I talk to them. Right. So, namaste. Again, my name is Akane. Yeah, I came here today from all the way from Japan. Just do what I can do now. I mean, that's what I can do for love. I just came here for love, and maybe you might not understand that meaning yet, but that's fine. But if the end of this event, the warm light, like candle warm light, lights up your heart, that would be everything to me. And then, yeah, my name in Japan, my name means deep red, like the color of sunset. So you can call me Akane or you can call me Sunset or whatever you want. And then, yeah, but actually sunset feels just right to me. What do you feel when you watch a sunset? Shina, what do you feel when you watch a sunset?
Yeah? I didn't
Okay, so, yeah. Yeah, it's warm. Yeah, it's
It's yeah.
time to relax. Yeah, I think it's time to go home.
Mhm.
And what's home? It's the place we can take off everything, like uniform, like your role, occupation. You can take off everything, and then you can just be yourself.
Mhm.
And I think that's my work. And in Japan, I do writing, speaking, hosting some events, and working as a life coach. And that's here I published the Light Way. And then I seems like I do a lot of things, but it's all one thing. It's just guiding you back to yourself, guiding back to your own light. And yeah, that's why I came here, I think. And then, yeah, that's why you can call me Sunset. Yeah. And before I read my book, I want to share a story. When I was 19, my father was diagnosed. And then that same day, the doctor told me, no, the doctor told him he had only 2 months to live. Yeah, it came so suddenly. And then I felt like my heart was so crushed. And few hours later, he was in the hospital bed, tubes connected already, and he could no longer walk. He could no longer eat. He could no longer. He can still talk, but yeah, he could still write. And after he passed away, I found a small notebook. What he wrote from his hospital bed, and it said, I said before that the part, being able to eat, being able to work, being able to argue with my children, all of it was happiness. And these words have always stayed in my heart ever since. And every time I felt lost, I felt down, I come back to these words. And from there, I can take a next step forward again. And that's how I carried my fruit like over 20 years. And that 20 years, through that 20 years, I learned words live on. Even the person has passed away, their words live on. And yeah,
That's
that's what I learned. Yeah, I want. Yeah, and that's one more story I want to share. And now, years later, I gave to my son. When I saw him at the first time, this tiny being doing nothing, just crying, but I still remember he was shining like gold, like divine gold. And then I kept saying like, thank you for being born. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I kept saying thank you, which means I was receiving. He was just being, but I was receiving, which means he was given already. What was he given? I think it's love. And yeah, he was doing nothing, but just being there, he was already given love. And I found myself also like how his life could unfold. I still remember, so it's so clear, like everything he need for his life could was everything he needed for his life within him already. And then I realized that we were all like that. We were once babies. We were shining from like the very beginning. Yeah, we are giving love, just being here. And then at that time, I started to feel like I want to leave words like my father did. Words to remind us that we are shining from the beginning. Words to remind us that we are giving love just by being here. Words to remind us that we have everything we need from the very beginning. And yeah, why did I want to leave that words? Because we forget. I believe we are meant to forget so that we can discover our true self. And that journey always begins with separation. And then that's my first chapter of my book. And then, yeah, I started final read. So
okay.
take your own seat. Even while holding the treasure that only you possess, you may still feel uneasy because it's more than someone else. Even if another person seems to shine brightly, you don't need to take on the same role they play. You don't have to struggle to sit in a seat that was prepared for someone else. There is a seat that only you can sit in. Okay. Move on to page 93, the next page. There is no meaning in comparing yourself to anyone else. Your laws are simply difficult. Sorry, simply different. Page 144. Live as your whole self. Can you find it? 144.
Yes. Found it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's okay. Every piece of a puzzle has its own unique shape. Its blue is missing the full picture never be yourself in this world entire you. You live a true peace to the world. All of us can come into harmony. The wholeness becomes possible because you are not the same as anyone else in this world. Don't hold anything back. Don't shrink or edit yourself to fit. Use everything you have been given and live with all of who you are. Page 140. You shine, shine so brightly that you begin to melt into one light, into one love. The last one, page 147. As each of us shines in our own unique light and works our individual paths of light, harmony unfolds throughout the universe, and all of us become one great love. Yeah, that's all. Read more. One more prompt. Okay. Okay. So I pick one more page from this.
Ms Akane, you are not audible again. Hello, Pushpendra. Sure. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. English book. So I open library and then I will wait. Okay. Okay. Page 83. It's my story. Okay, I will read. Page 83. I had actually been doing just one thing all along. Before I lead the work I now call soul interpreter, I was an English conversation teacher. But what gave me the deepest sense of fulfillment wasn't teaching grammar or pronunciation. It supported my students' lives, the part of them that wanted to shout, I want to live the very best version of myself through learning English. So what I valued most was fully affirming each student's presence, opening their hearts, and listening to their true voice. Even earlier, when I was a nail artist, I was doing the same thing. During each appointment, my focus was on opening the hearts of my customers through conversation. When someone opens their heart and talks freely, energy begins to flow. And then not only do their nails become more beautiful, but their deeper radiance begins to shine. Yeah, that,
That looks beautiful.
I think that you want to read more, Ms. Akane?
he wants more.
Want to read more?
Oh, how to sing. Okay, one more. Okay, randomly open. Okay, page 107. It's also from my story.
One please.
After endless rejections, I finally landed at an exploitative company where I dragged myself to work each day. Even though my first life had shown me that time is limited and made me want to use my gift while I was alive, at my very core, I felt nothing. I was empty. When you're not living from the center of yourself, life feels painful. It feels hollow. I was too afraid to face those feelings, so I avoided even looking at the door to them. But Emmy's words gently opened the locked door. She told me, Akane, when you are struggling, try saying, "Right again, Akane." Now, nearly 20 years later, my life looks completely different. I work with people's hearts, helping them untangle and heal. It's as if I truly did rise again.
Thank you so much, Ms. Akane. And do you think when readers finish this book, like what feeling or thought do you hope that stays with them?
I just hope they remember their possibilities, and then I hope they want to take a step forward on their life path.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for sharing your reflections, your beautiful, poems, and as your like network is kind of slow, so I think we should like end it here only. I mean, you should interact with your real readers over there.
Okay,
Yeah. So thank you so much for your time, your wonderful reflections, and words, and we like we are so grateful to have you.
thank you.
You want to say something about your book, yeah, to the readers?
I would love to be India and a spiritual time. Talk about that.
You mean how about India?
How, yeah, how did you
Um,
get here? Why do you think this is the platform for you? Make it
um,
big.
okay, so I think it's first time to visit to India, but India is a place we can come back to our center. I mean, our soul, spirit place. So yeah, India is a power that leads us back to the center, core.
It's a perfect
Okay.
place for me to start my
So
journey.
yeah, so that
Pushpendra, you want to say something?
yeah, it's a for yeah. I think this is a India is a light place to start my journey. Yeah, I really feel so.
Okay.
Hello, Ms.
Yes,
Akane.
Pushpendra.
Thank you for such an interesting session, Ms. Akane.
Thank you.
My question to you is that
Pushpendra, you want to
in
say
the
something?
era, I'm audible?
Yeah, yeah. Now you're audible.
Ms. Akane, my question is that in the world of superficialness, where one can find true happiness in materialism, in spiritualism, or in between.
Mm, spiritual and modernism. He's gone. Okay. So
Like materialistic
so
world or
so I mean
spiritual world?
materialistic world and the spiritual world.
Yeah.
I think I we don't need to separate it. Like uh, we are living, even though we are living in the material world, but I think spiritual world is the always on the bottom, and then spiritual life is always flowing our lives all the time. So we don't need to separate it. But if people don't feel the spiritual life, if people only live on the material world, I think people always miss something important. Is it a good answer to you?
Yes, it
Is it
is.
okay? Okay. Thank you for asking.
And my other question is that in a world where people's opinion matters a lot, how one can find a true way to live his or her life.
True being. True being? You mean true being? How
like other people's opinions matter so much. So how can they let go and not listen to them, but listen to themselves? Your book is about light within.
Yeah, good
How?
question.
Very
Good question. I think if people can treat themselves first, people love themselves really fully, maybe we can respect others too. So if I can, let's say, if I can fulfill myself, I mean, if I can treat myself a lot, if I can love myself a lot, I always satisfied and then don't need to show, how is it, don't need to prove my worth or to prove my existence. But I always, how do I say, just being is just happiness. And then, so I'm sorry. It's not
You're doing good.
really. So I think you don't need to prove someone, or you don't need to win compared to someone. You are always great. Yeah. If you understand that really, fully, maybe you will understand the answer, I think. Love yourself. This is the answer, I think. Love yourself,
Thank,
and then you can love others, I think.
thank you so much, Ms. Akane. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you for me.
Thank you, Pushpendra. And yeah, as the book is all about love
Yeah.
and the light, thank you, Ms. Akane, for your time also and for your reflections.
Thank
And the
you.
copies of the Light Way is available at the Book Cafe, the English Book Depot, right? And thank you so much, Ms. Akane, for joining us. Thank you, everybody. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. Bye bye.